Hey guys, how's it going today? Good morning to you guys as well too. I'm just trying to play with the setting a bit to see how it works. Um, oops. There we go. I think it might be working. How's the superhero this morning? Doing well. How you guys been doing? The manly man, what's going on? Just it's a Sunday. It feels like a Saturday. We had some major snow yesterday, but we're gonna go outside here in a minute. Just getting my day going here in California. Nice. It's probably nice and hot, and it's nice and chilly here. We got a lot of snow. I don't know if you guys can see behind me. It snowed again last night all the way till this morning. Light snow, but it's actually still nice. Let's see here. Maybe we'll trade places. Paste. Oops. Where do you live? I'm in Canada, in BC, right in the mountains. Off a grid. I don't know how long can I stay on. I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate your help, and you probably saved my life actually. I'm glad everything is working out, and definitely keep me updated. And you can always watch the video after. um, I don't know what we're gonna talk about today, but whatever I get asked, I'll talk about it. I'm still eating fried plantain and lard though, like 2 times per week. I try to limit it to about 1, 2 pieces. It shouldn't be too bad, if you're still having at least 75% meat based. You still kind of follow a good diet, and having the starches once or twice a week, it's not gonna kill you. If anything, it's gonna make things better. Thunderstorms in Kansas, wow. Yeah, we don't get that much. We get the thunderstorm here hitting us in the summer season. Usually in June, we get a rainy season. But today it's actually nice and bright, so we're gonna go outside here in a bit. 4 to 5 days strict animal foods only if possible. It's still pretty good. You're still doing, let's say 20%. You're doing your starch. 80% you're doing your meat based. That's perfect. That's a perfect balance. Hello from Philippines. So I'll show you what it looks like outside. I have the fan on to circulate the air a bit, but this is it. So we got some snow on the trees. I have to go feed the chicken because I ran out of food. So I've been cooking them some liver. So we're gonna go feed the chicken some liver as well too. I have to get the small food container, but we'll go outside and get it right now. Just have to find my socks because Duke always takes my socks and put them somewhere. Oh, there they are. When taking GLP-1, what can I do to keep muscle? Take HMB to prevent catabolic effect on your muscle tissue. That would be one option. As soon as you wake up in the morning, it is good to take about 20 grams of protein to prevent catabolic effect on your muscle tissue. But HMB is gonna help preserve that muscle tissue for you, which is good. I don't feed my chicken grain, by the way. I give them eggs and some fish scraps since I live in Asia and we have cheap fishes. I wish I have access to fish here. Like the only way I can get some fish scraps is only if I go fishing, but in the winter time I haven't been doing fishing much. So every time I order liver, so I got about 10 kilograms of liver, and every pieces of like skin and all that stuff. So I just chopped up quite a bit, and I've been cooking them on slow heat. I'll mix them with some lentil, maybe a little bit of split peas because it's high in protein for them, and I'll actually feed them that stuff. and some seaweed. Oh, that's awesome. I wish I have that. Here is so cold and stuff. It's very hard for me to kind of keep them outside to pasture. In the winter time, there isn't much food, so I have to actually come up with stuff, or I have to grow certain sprouts for them. That's the only way I can feed them, because I don't feed them any grains at all. And I'm trying to kind of keep them on that healthy diet, but it gets very expensive because I feed them the black soldier as well too. I get a bag, but that bag lasts, does not last no more than about a week or two. So I have to find something else to feed the chicken, or else it gets quite expensive. And the whole idea is to get your own chicken, so you're saving some money, and at the same time you're feeding them good quality. So I feed them good quality, but it's costing me a little bit more than usual, just because limited resources here. Now, I know in the summertime I was growing a lot of pumpkins and stuff to feed them, but wintertime is tough. So it still kind of cost me almost, me feeding them about 30 cents an egg compared to buying it from the store at 80 cents an egg. At least mine are gonna be 100% almost pasture raised, and no soy or corn or any grains, which is good. If they eat carbs, they have to look themselves in the wild since they are free. Yeah, 100%. 100%. They have to kind of pick and choose. Happy related Valentine's Day, everyone. Spread the love. Hope you and Duke have a lovely day. Valentine's Day is just another day. Another day and another week goes by. As long as you're having a good time every single day, that's what counts. I also feed them pork rinds. Yeah, here in town where I'm at, I don't have access to a lot of things unless I go to the city, and I'm gonna have to do a trip to the city probably end of this month, because I'm almost out of meat as well. I have to pick up another 160 pounds of meat. Usually it lasts me about 80 days, 90 days sometimes, and I have to pick up about 120 pounds of meat for Duke. So I'll have to drive 6 hours, spend 2-3 days in the city, then come back. And I really don't want to go till at least mid-March, because in the middle of the March, I can actually drive on the highway. Right now it's very dangerous to drive on the highway, so it's a little bit tough. What is this channel about? I currently live off a grid, Uncle Charlie, but I do talk quite a bit about biology, about carnivore diet, heart disease. These are the specific targeted topics we tend to discuss. If you haven't been to my channel, definitely check it out. There's a lot of valuable information there. I have to go pick up the basket and get the chickens some food. And I'll show you guys what it's like outside. So here's my little view today. So there's a lot of snow. I lost 150 pounds on the carnivore diet. Cheers to that, 100%. Hey man, that's automatically an awesome win of 150 pounds. That's pretty awesome. Hey Duke, there's Duke. Wanna say hi? That's right, I agree. It's just marketing day. Live, love, and laugh. Every day it's your last. 110% agree with that, Sandra. Duke, what are you looking there for? So we got a lot of snow yesterday. We got snowed again. About 2 inches. It's not that bad. It's not that cold either. Actually, a little bit chilly. It's like minus 4 degrees right now, 4 or 5 degrees. And actually, I can feel the cold in my neck, because finally I got my haircut after 3 months. Been waiting. That's right, I agree. Try it, pull fat. Where's the basket, Duke, for the eggs? So you can put some liver in it. Oh yeah, we dug the creek the other day. It was pretty good. The French government issued a long-waved report Wednesday urging people to limit meat consumption for their health, also for fight climate change. It's getting harder and harder in Europe. Yeah, there's more bullshit. They're always gonna find something to actually suppress us from eating real food. Hey chickens, where's the basket? Oh, there is a basket. Okay, you guys wait, let me get you some food. Hey Duke, Okay, let's go get them some food. This guy's probably hungry. Yeah, and wait till you see what they're gonna do with the tick, where you can all become, will have allergies to meat. That'll be something. Hopefully you guys can hear me, because I did have to buy a new internet box and I have it connected outside, so this way I can get a longer range. So which is good, because before I couldn't even walk to the chicken coop without losing the signal. So right now it's not bad actually. Wait, back up, please. Back up, please. Ooh. Let me take my shoes outside. So hopefully you guys can hear me. The sound is good. I didn't lose the signal. Wait, dude, I'll be back. Loud and clear. Okay, that's awesome. Appreciate the thought. Ticks are dish. So give me a sec, guys. So we got. So there we go. We have some liver. This is this liver is for the chicken actually. I'm gonna feed them some liver. Keeps them nice and warm. And I'll give them some split peas as well too. You feed your chicken good, they'll give you some good eggs. And I usually give them cayenne because it keeps them nice and warm. But the liver should do it. There we go. 7+ degrees, nice. You gotta put some salt. Gives them some mineral. Then we can go get the eggs. I'll take some salt too. Seven plus here, Southwest, spring day, on bed of snow with pistachio and cheering day. My neighbor enjoyed it. Cheers, that's awesome. So this is what we got. We got some liver and we got some split peas. This is for the chicken to eat. It's not for you, Duke. Me and you will eat in the afternoon. Let's go feed this to the chicken. What's your favorite salt brand? I've been using the, I've tried the Baja salt, it's not bad. And I've been using the Vancouver Island salt. So I got it here locally. I bought about 3 boxes. And that's the kind I've been using. It is hand harvested and it's quite a clean source actually. I like it. But I use a lot. I go through about 10-12 grams a day of salt. So I don't use it very lightly. I use quite a bit. Okay. Give me a second. Let me put this for the chicken. Shit. The door is frozen. Really? Move, Duke. There you go, they can eat. They'll enjoy the liver and stuff. We can go inside and see how many eggs we got. Probably should have at least like a good 5, 6, maybe 7 eggs. Who knows how many. It was really cold yesterday, so I don't know how many we got. It's none so far. Oh, you got them all under you? How many you got? Look how many we got here. Where are they? I'm gonna take one. I'll leave you two. Two. Okay. Just 2 eggs so far. Can I get some more? 2, 3, 4. 4 eggs. Okay, I'll keep you 2. You can have 2. We'll keep 2. We got 4 eggs out of 6. I left 2 for her, for the hen. I'll probably get 2 more here in the next 10-15 minutes because it is quite early. So there's my little eggs, nice and fresh. They're still nice and warm. I tried taking a teaspoon of a glycine before bed, slept well. That's probably gonna, well, the glycine, at least if you take about 3 grams before sleep, is gonna cool down your heart. And once you cool down your heart, you can actually go to sleep a lot faster. You feel relaxed. And the nice thing about it is you'll get really good deep and REM sleep, at least a good 60 to 90 minutes. Now, if you end up taking a little bit more than a teaspoon, sometimes you might wake up feeling groggy in the morning. So you can adjust the intake based on how you feel. And sometimes if you wake up in the middle of the night as well, or let's say you wake up at 1, even if you take about 1 gram of a glycine or possibly about 200 milligrams of L-theanine, it'll knock you back out to sleep, which is good to have on the side. Some people get insomnia from glycine. It seems that they do, yes. You have to be careful because the problem is we tend to take a little bit too much, because a lot of people, they like it because of a sweet flavor, but you have to actually take very, very small amount, like 1 gram, maybe maximum 3 grams. It depends how tired you are, depends whether you need like a good recovery or not. But don't overtake too much, because you won't be able to sleep. Because what happens is, if it's trying to relax your body and fall asleep and you end up taking too much, it can overstimulate. And yeah, it does cause the insomnia as well, especially it throws off the balance of your magnesium and calcium relaxation. Sardine, mixed eggs, some garlic, onion. So yummy. That's awesome. I can't wait to make them tomorrow. Sardines, mixed eggs. I don't have access to sardine here, but I do eggs and I did eggs and liver this morning. Eggs and liver and a ground beef. And that's usually like my favorite. So the egg yolks, I eat them raw. The egg white, I cook them. And the beef and the liver, keep them like rare. Unless I trust the source of the liver, then I would actually eat it raw. Maurice, your salt video was terrific. Thank you, I'm glad it helped. And I know I've been getting hundreds and hundreds of comments on the video and emails. And I do want to apologize for everybody for being a slight delayed in responding. To give you an example, I woke up this morning, Sunday morning, I have 120 emails. I don't know how I'm gonna respond to everybody. And the thing is, it takes me so long to respond because I cannot just give random answers. I have to be very accurate in the information. So it takes me a long time to respond. But I'm glad you like it, and actually it works really, really good. And you know, don't be afraid of salt. You can always, if your body does not utilize it, will actually excrete it from the kidney, so it should be fine. Eggs scrambled with wild-caught salmon. You know what I've done, Audrey? I take the wild sockeye salmon, and you can cure it for about 6 hours, maybe overnight, with a little bit of salt. Once you cure it, you slice it nice and thin, and you crack 2 egg yolks on top, so make it a little bit creamy. and that tastes like really, really good. Right, Duke? I don't want to play. It's too cold, buddy. Because Duke wants to play. Hey, so we dug the creek, me and Duke, yesterday, all the way from here. So we got water going through right now, which is nice. So I'm gonna actually extend the chicken coop all the way there, and this way they can have fresh water all the time. What's your opinion about AI? Do you think war will come sooner or later? I can't really answer these questions because I can get banned or I can get a little warning sign. But we all know what's gonna happen. Who knows how long we're gonna live for? Another year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? How much time do we have we can actually enjoy this beautiful scenery? Nobody knows. It's always up in the air. We're always being controlled by somebody. Is it safe to take red yeast rice to lower LDL? I hear some of it contains compound citrine that is detrimental to health, even if it says it does not contain. Robert, you could take it. You could definitely take the red yeast rice to control your LDL, but all you're doing is controlling the numbers, which is not bad. Yes, most of them, they do contain citrin, which is a mold toxin that actually gets created when they're fermenting the rice. But when you ask for certificate of analysis from the company, it will actually show you whether it has citrin in it or not, and that would be the best thing to do it. Not all red yeast rice contains citrins. It's all based on the manufacturer and where it's coming from. So if you do check the certificate of analysis, they cannot bullshit on it or lie because they can actually get sued for it. So there is probably about 3 or 4 companies out there that they are citrin free. But if you're worried about the red yeast rice, you can do bergamot, you can do berberine, and you can do niacin. Now, niacin is a vitamin B that comes from liver. That one would be your safest because that one can actually reduce LDL, increase HDL, reduce triglycerides, even reduce your lipoprotein small a. So it does have some very powerful effect for a fraction of the price compared to red yeast rice. But the nice ones that actually work is a mix of berberine and bergamot because they do have some good benefit against oxidization of the lipids. I will not let the media turn me against my fellow. Strategies to increase length of deep sleep. I'm consistent 90 to 120 REM, but average 45 deep sleep. So deep sleep is all controlled by glycine, but it's all controlled by breathing. So it is good to do like a Wim Hof breathing half hour before you sleep, or you might be a little bit outside for a minute or two, or open up the window where you can get some fresh cold air and you take in some really good fresh oxygen, and that tend to actually enhance your deep sleep quite a bit. Supplements can only play a small tiny role. I know glycine and hesperidin as a mix, they tend to increase deep sleep up to 2 hours sometimes. What is your opinion of HMB and leucine gummies, and how many? So HMB, think of HMB as prevents catabolic effect on your muscle tissue. It is good for people who are over the age of 40 or 50, where we tend to actually have more catabolic issues. So the HMB is going to prevent that catabolic issue, and you take it about 30 minutes before a meal. The leucine is a switch on and off for mTOR. So it is about protein synthesis. But if you are eating 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight, leucine becomes a waste of money because your body is already getting enough leucine from the food. If you are not, then you can take about roughly 3 grams of leucine to activate your mTOR. It's like a switch. You cannot take 2 grams. You cannot take more or less. It has to be exactly 3 grams to activate your mTOR activation for protein synthesis. And you don't want to do it every day because You have mTOR from leucine, you have AMPK from berberine. So make sure you're not taking them too close to each other, and make sure you're not activating your protein synthesis daily, because that could actually speed up your age as well too. What do you think about eating fruits in tropical environment? There's nothing wrong with fruits, especially if you live in a tropical environment, especially if it's not man-made or altered by man, or has certain genes that has been altered. And of course, eat it based on what do you call it? Season. So if you have good accessible fruits based on the season, then you eat based on that. Is there any harm in me eating over 1.5 to 2 grams of protein per 1 pound? No, there isn't. I sometimes hit 2 grams per 1 pound of body weight. Sometimes I eat 2 pounds of meat. Sometimes I eat 3 pounds of meat. Sometimes I only eat 1 pound of meat. So it varies, but it's not like we're doing it consistent every single day for a year or two. I've done it for almost 3 years straight to see if it does any effect on the kidneys. No, it doesn't, as long as it's coming from a good animal quality protein, not from heavily processed whey or anything like that. So if it's coming straight from animal protein, it's fine, it's healthy, it's not going to affect you. Your body will utilize what it needs. It creates your gluconeogenesis correctly in the liver, and the rest of it is going to actually benefit your body from tissue repair, hair, skin, everything. You just have to keep an eye on your BUN, keep an eye on your creatinine, make sure everything is going good, everything is being filtered out correctly. Then you're good, you're fine. But the moment you're mixing it with other stuff, then we have to question it. So I hope that helps. But yeah, you can definitely do that. So for example, yesterday I had 2 pounds of meat, 2 pounds of meat and 5 eggs. So 2 pounds of meat, that's 200 grams of protein, and 5 eggs, about 25 grams. So I had 225 grams of protein, and I only weigh 150 pounds. So I've gone over by 150 grams. Now keep in mind, when you take more protein, you do need a little bit more magnesium in the body, because magnesium gets overused to actually absorb and digest the protein correctly, right? So you don't end up getting any wasted protein. So the magnesium does help in that. You want to come in, Duke, for a few minutes? I'm just gonna put the eggs inside the kitchen. Come, let me close the door. So only got 4 eggs, bud. 4, and I left 2. We'll probably get like 2 more here in the next half hour, because usually I don't get the eggs from the chicken till about noon. So I'm sure we're gonna get 2 more. And in about a month or so, I'm gonna get 6 more chickens. So we can have like 12, we'll have 15 eggs every day. So this way I can reduce my meat consumption. I don't have to drive to the city every 3 months, 90 days, because it is a long trip, especially in the winter time. It takes me almost like 7-8 hours. And these 7 to 8 hour drive puts me behind, because I'll have to spend a couple days there. Do you look on your calorie intake at all? No, I don't. I don't count calories in, calories out at all. I think that's all bullshit. The only time I would count calories in, calories out, only if you're actually following like a high carb diet and you're doing a lot of mixes, and yes. But if you're doing, just strictly protein like I'm doing right now for the past 12 years, I never count calories in, calories out at all. How many eggs does one chicken lay in a week? Well, the chickens that I have, they lay daily. They lay every day. As long as I feed them protein, they lay every single day. If I don't feed them protein, I probably get 4 out of the 7 days. So I have 2 types of chickens. The road, something is called. They lay almost daily. The other ones are much smaller of a breed. They only lay like 3 times a week. So the other 6 chickens that I ordered, they will actually lay every day as well. Aloha, Maurice, watching you all the way from Hawaii. Keep up the good content. Davida, thank you. Hawaii is probably nice and warm, and it's nice and cold here. We can trade places. Wow, that's a lot of energy going into eggs. There is. So that's why I have to have enough calcium. So I feed them a lot of oyster shells, and they have to have a lot of protein too. If they don't have enough protein, they're not gonna actually be able to lay daily. So and I know there's certain, when I first got them from one of the farm, they used to feed them a lot of carbs and a lot of grains and stuff. And I switched them to like a straight protein diet. And they used to only hatch like 3 times. Well, they lay like 3 times a week. With me, they lay almost every single day. And I do put a lot of cayenne and peppers in their food, so it kind of keeps their body nice and warm. And I don't use any lights to keep them warm in the winter time because it weakens their immune system. So I let them depend on each other to actually keep their body warm, and I let them get the warmth from the food. So if I add some cayenne or any type of peppers with their food or high protein, they will actually stay warm all night long, which is nice. Thanks, Maurice. You have become one of my favorite trusted person in the carnivore space. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. How do you get enough vitamin C on carnivore? Body can synthesize it, right? Red 500 milligrams is recommended for good collagen synthesis. Being on a carnivore diet, because we tend to eat a lot of our food rare and not heavily cooked, right? So meat contains vitamin C, organs contains vitamin C, and the problem is you don't need as much as you being on a high carbohydrate or a high or a standard American diet where we need like 3 to 10 grams of vitamin C. Anywhere between 100 to about 500 milligrams of vitamin C being on a carnivore diet is plenty enough. Plenty enough. Do you eat fruit? No, the only time I had fruit was in the summertime. I had 1 cup of blueberries, 1 cup only. And it wasn't even a full cup. And I'll show you my little plant. There's my little plant. See this here? This is my little wild plant that gives me blueberries. 1 cup every year. That's all I had last year. So that's the only fruit I eat here in Canada, being in a cold atmosphere. You need to add a mini chapter to SKOOL on care and feeding of chicken. Oh, I will. I have a huge article that I've written about chicken and stuff. So I'll definitely add that mini chapter, and I'll give you guys my full experience with the chicken, how I built that little tiny house for them, and I'm actually doing an extension right now. Oh, 100%. If anyone isn't on Maurice's SKOOL class, get there now. The most valuable information for your health you'll ever get. Travis, thanks so much for putting that out. And that is true. I'm trying my best. You know that for a fact, Travis. You know the amount of information I put there, the amount of valuable response I give everybody. It is 100% worth it, and I hope everybody get a chance to join. Look at this beautiful mountain. Wait till I have my little retreat. I have one company I've been talking to trying to buy this glass dome. So I have few people want to invest into it, and if I can get one installed here, you guys will have like this beautiful scene. Come down here and spend a week. I might buy your program at the end of the month, but my English isn't very good. Is it possible to translate it in Germany? Yeah, it is. If you guys, I already had some requests for people to actually convert some of my SKOOL into Italian. So if you want me to do it into a different language, I have no problem because I have the software that can actually convert it to me. It's just gonna take me a few hours to actually do, module by module, because in every module there's anywhere between 6 to 8 lessons. I just have to convert it to a specific language for you guys. In Germany, for example, yes, I can do that, no problem. Started taking 4 grams taurine finally on strict carnivore. Feels amazing. That's awesome. Continue at it. That's amazing. Thankful Pam. Yes, SKOOL. Cheers. Thank you, Pam, for putting that out there. Yes, if you guys get a chance, seriously, if you guys get a chance to join my SKOOL, I know I do charge a small monthly fee, or you can pay for the whole year. But the amount of information that you will actually learn and the amount of responses, I spend every night about anywhere between 2 to 3 hours just to respond for a few questions. And a lot of you guys that are within the SKOOL, I don't take my answers very lightly. You've probably seen every time I answer something, I would write a whole page with everything in it. So this way you have the full picture of what's happening. So there's a lot of value there, and I'll be having a class every Wednesday where we'll be discussing a specific module. So this Wednesday coming up will be our first class. We'll be talking about redox, mitochondria. So and we'll have some Q&A session after. Hey Duke, it's cold, buddy. Let's go inside for a minute. You're sitting there on the snow. My fingers are cold. Where in Canada are you? I'm guessing out west. Yes, you can see where I'm at. I'm in BC, in British Columbia. This is my little tiny house that I built. I haven't finished the outside yet. I took my trailer and I attached it. I couldn't sell it because I was gonna extend the section there and I couldn't sell it. So I thought, you know what? I'll just lift it up and attach it to the house because it already has the kitchen and everything. So I have it attached to my tiny house. And then here I'm gonna do another attachment so I can put my gym. But I have 5 people, they wanted to actually come and do retreats here. So they wanted to invest in one of these glass dome. So if I do the glass dome, either I'm gonna put one here or one probably down on the bottom here. So you guys get this beautiful view there. That would be nice. Hey Duke. Duke doesn't wanna come in, it's cold. Let's go inside for a bit to warm up. Because I'm holding the phone, can't feel my fingers. So the closest airport to my location is about a 7-hour drive. So when you guys come down here, when I do the retreat, then I'll pick you guys up from the airport. 7-hour drive. I'll go there the day before. We'll spend the night there, pick you guys up. Then we'll drive all the way down here. You spend probably about a week or 2. It depends how long you want to stay. Then I'll drive you guys back. How long have you been living there? I've been in this location I've been on this land for 7 years, but every year I would only come and spend the summer. And I would actually take a few trees down, make another level, take a few trees down, make another level. So finally I was able to get this place done 2 years ago. Last year we were able to get the wood stove installed, and I would not spend the winter here. This is the first year I spent the winter here. Usually I head back to the city for 2 months because I didn't have the water line hooked up, the septic tank, all that. So finally got everything done and got it done. This is my little cheat book that I wrote. So this is my next project that I'm building inside one of the room, where it has all copper sidings. It has water running, so we can get what is called the energetic field. So therefore, while you are actually sitting in that room, you're actually being grounded. You get the energy field from the copper and all the noise out. So it's called like a bioenergetic atrium. And I've been designing it and planning it for the past year. I definitely love to actually build it. It's just, hopefully there's no issues will happen where we're living. But yeah, I have all the schematics and everything, all the drawings that I've done. So it's kind of exciting for it. So it's almost like a bioelectric grid with a magnetic field. I should share that in my school if you guys are interested. Maybe somebody else can actually build it in their land, then we can go have a retreat at your place. I'm pretty small, dude. What's your thoughts on drinking a half gallon of the burger and eggs every day? Drinking a gallon or a half a gallon on top of the burger? A gallon of what? Water? Is there any hope that my thyroid will function normally again without medication? If you are hypo, yes, you could fix it. I've already tried so many things without success. Iodine, saline. It's not about adding supplement to a stressed body. It's fixing your biology, fixing your thyroid don't be thinking about supplementation. Think about your diet, think about your lifestyle, question everything you're doing. It's not about adding a supplement, selenium, iodine, or everything that you see out there or influencers talk about and you say, okay, this should fix my thyroid or this should fix it. It's all about consistency. And it's all about weaning off your current medication. You cannot just fix one thing while you are still on medication. Well, nice. I have been wanting a grounded house, but wonder if it was safe. Lighting and all. I have all that schematics, Texas lovely lady. I have everything built in for that. So the whole idea is whenever you do the grounded section, you do have some water running. You do have to have the ground. You do have to have the atmospheric control, so you can actually control it. You need enough light coming in. And the question is whether you want to make it as a metal roof or a glass roof so you can get enough light coming in while you're actually being grounded. So there's a lot to it to actually make sure everything is built correctly. So I am gonna build it, but I'm gonna build it small, so it fits like say 1 or 2 people, where you can go in there and kind of have your relaxation moment, because it does get quite expensive for the material. Because keep in mind, you're gonna try to use tongue and groove, cedar, birch. You're gonna be using glass, all natural insulation. So you maintain it as grounded as possible, because if you don't do that, if you end up putting any other material like petroleum material or anything that is sprayed wood, it's not gonna work. So it has to be all raw wood, and that's the only way you can do it. Like this house that I built, that I'm in it right now, it's all built from raw wood, and I just have it covered and layered correctly so it doesn't get any moisture effect. But for the covering and the moisture effect, I'll be using copper sheets. So the copper sheets are gonna be expensive, but it's something you're doing for the rest of your life. You're doing one small project, and you're just gonna use it for specific things. So every time you feel stressed, every time you get too much EMF in your body from overusing the internet or using the phone, you'll actually walk into that room 10-15 minutes. Pretty much you should actually rejuvenate your whole body. And that's the whole idea. I'm trying to actually build it. And hopefully I can get it done. And hopefully, like right now, the materials here in Canada are getting ridiculous and quite expensive. Etienne, Carnivore, how's it going? So it is doable. And if you guys want me to share the project, do you guys want me to share the project with you guys? I'll put it in SKOOL. I'll only share anything in SKOOL right now, because there is a project that it took me almost 2 years to put together. On Carnivore, a year will eventually fix BPH. Is that blood pressure? BPH? You know, people, they probably take like chocolate or things as a treat. My treat is salt, and it's good. Hi, keep that new haircut warm. I finally got it cut yesterday. I've been waiting for 3 months. So I found another lady, and it's funny, I found her, I drove to her place, 45 minutes, got my haircut. She's like, but Maurice, I gotta tell you something bad. I'm like, what is it? She's like, I'm retiring in 3 weeks. She's been cutting hair for 53 years. So now I have to find another place. Prostate. Prostate is a kidney issue. Interesting. Yeah, we lost almost everybody. We lost everybody for some reason. Because of the connection. Shit. I'm not sure why. I think probably because we have the... I hope you guys can hear me. Maybe give me like a thumbs up. Maurice, we have a consult tomorrow. Yes, we do. You know what happened is the company that I deal with the tower, with the internet, it's like right on top of that mountain, right behind me. They have like a little tower. So what happened is their tower froze the other day, and they had like a wide mass internet, so I couldn't consult with everybody for almost a full day or two. So yesterday I got my Starlink came in. So there's my little Starlink. I installed it temporary here because they forgot to ship me the stupid arm. So I have it on one of my microphone arm, as you can see. So it'll be here tomorrow. So hopefully I'll get a better signal. No, I don't want no 5G here, or else it's gonna kill me probably with that 5G. But hopefully I can get a good signal. It's supposed to actually, when I do the speed test from my Starlink to the other one, it's almost like 3 times the speed. But because it's not set properly, sometimes it seems that I'm losing a slight signal. So I did lose almost like 50 people that were on, but I am back. Hopefully they can come back and join the chat. And as you can see, my little stupid Starlink that I have it set here, I have it temporary set with the arm. I'm holding it up. So it's not the best setup. I gotta shift it like 34 degrees still. So hopefully by tomorrow I get the arm and I can get it going. But there's the sun is starting to come out a bit. My PSA reading did come down from 76 to 3.2 after a year of carnivore. That's awesome. You know, it's funny when you remove all the noise from the food, the body start to kind of heal itself, because we always have to think this way. We are either eating to feed a disease or you are eating to heal one. So the moment we come across any type of diseases, any type of issues, whether it's cancer, whether it's heart disease, whether it's diabetic, whether it's Alzheimer's, anything, before we add any supplements, before we add any medications, before we add anything, always question the environment, always question the food you consume. These are your most 2 important things, more than anything. More than anything. Yes, and the prostate usually happens sometimes due to coagulation issue, lack of movement in the hips, and lack of filtration in the kidney. So we always blame the prostate, but we don't look beyond that. The prostate is a symptom of what's actually happening in the body. But once you remove the noise of the food, you're already 50% there. The other part of it now is grounding, is doing all the good things that the body requires to do, for it to recover. Is there a way to rejuvenate without the scalper room, specifically EMF? Yes, you have to ground. I haven't done my grounding today, but let's do it right now. Let's do my grounding right now. So you have to ground every day for a good 15 minutes. You have to step outside. I don't care how cold it is. I know there's some places they sell you like silver sheets and you put it on your bed. And these silver sheets will allow you to stay grounded. But instead of being grounded for 5 minutes, you're actually grounded for like 8 hours. So stuff like that would definitely help. So what the hell, let's do this. Let me step outside. Usually I do it in the afternoon once the snow's a little bit warmer. But let's go do some grounding outside. So you have to use you have to touch the ground no matter what. So there, like bare feet. You have to go bare feet in the snow, guys. We'll do like a nice little grounding. There you go. Duke is doing grounded all the time. So you have to stand on the snow. That's all. Duke, leave my feet alone. But it's freaking cold, seriously. And especially Duke, he gets all excited when I do that. And he starts to kind of step on my feet. But you have to keep moving. If you don't move, you will actually get quite cold. Okay, it is getting cold now. Yeah. Move, Duke. It is quite cold actually. There's a lot of snow. So let's go inside. That's why I'm gonna do the room there attached, so this way I can come in and out. But yeah, it is quite cold. They're wet. I'll stand by the wood stove. It's nice and warm. But you have to do that at least a good. You need minimum 5 to 10 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes every single day. So that's why I want to do it in that room, because I can eliminate the ice. It's quite icy outside, and yes, it will actually burn your bottom of your feet a bit, but it is good for you. You're gonna feel like night and day. We'll do it again here in a minute. Let me just warm up my toes. Keep in mind, I have very, very thin blood too. On wood floor is possible. Only if it has to be grounded. Like the floor, what I was gonna do here, which is I've already done, you have to put a silver material with 2 wires. You have to actually get them grounded. If they're not grounded, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. What is your favorite color? Blue. Usually it's blue or white. Hey Dahlia, what's going on? It's blue or white. I think it's blue because I always wear blue, and my car's color is blue. Dude, give me 2 minutes. We'll come back outside. We'll do some more grounding. But yeah, you have to do it bare feet. The material, I gotta check the material. I'll give you guys the name. Maurice, what benefits did you encounter once you dropped carbs fully? Less inflammation, better sleep, better skin, way less brain fog, anxiety, depression, all that went away. That's why I've stuck to it for 12 years. I will never go back. And my brain is so important to me, especially in things that I do daily. I have to think outside the box. I have to do a lot of things. And that was the most beneficial more than anything. Imagine your brain is going at 110 miles per hour. So pretty much all that was eliminated in less than 3 months when I started doing the carnivore. I have dry skin since I came back from Costa Rica to France. Any idea why? I'm on a carnivore. You probably need a little bit more essential fatty acids, especially omega-3s. Sometimes changes in environment, the body has to adjust and adapt. It has to actually restabilize its electrolyte. So everything gets shifted. And that's a common problem, common thing that we come across lots. But what you have to do is you have to balance it. But it doesn't mean you balance it with more water, because water is not going to cause intracellular hydration. So intracellular hydration happens when you have enough bile, when you have glycine, and when you're consuming proper fats, because fats are what keep you hydrated correctly. What kind of blue navy? Blue navy. I'll show you the color. I'll show you the color. See, I've always been like a blue color. So there's my blue color. So you can see my car is blue. My shirt is blue. And hold on, let me go outside again. We're gonna go bare feet and do some grounding. There's my oh, you can see my roof. My roof is blue. It's all the same color. It's like a wavy blue coloration. So same as my jacket color. I've been craving fish and salmon raw, 100%. Caviar is good. That's gonna give you your omega-3s. It's gonna give you the essential fatty acids, and it's gonna hydrate your cells. Omega-3s has the highest hydration level between omega-3 and saturated fats. So yes, there's a reason why your body is giving you that signal. And when you add a little bit of glycine, now you're gonna cause proper intracellular hydration. Thanks. I've been using beef bone broth protein from Paleo Valley, 100% natural, pretty decent. Notice the big difference with my carnivore diet. Dr. Drew from Wellness Center endorsed it 100%. Yeah, if you're feeling good, bone broth is going to be your ultimate key, because it's very high in taurine, very high in glycine as well. It's going to actually keep you saturated correctly. Blanket is blue, lol, I guess, right? 100%, you got it right, Sandra. Maybe you are just sunburned, lol. It's not about sunburn, because what happens is sometimes it's the shift from one environment to the other, the hydration, the stabilization, the electrolyte, everything goes off a bit. Now my toes are frozen, so I have very thin blood. Because of a reason, I have to keep my blood quite thin, because I take very high dosages of lumbrokinase and neurokinase, because due to my injury in my heart. So an average person can probably stand in the snow for 15 minutes at ground. I can probably stand for about a minute or two. I will feel the frost right away, just because my blood is being very, very thin. Unfortunately, you know, the accident that I had 15 years ago, 14 years ago, kind of put me in that situation. So that's why sometimes I can't be out there that long in the snow, which is okay. It's just my feet more than anything. Um, should we have some coffee? Hey, Duke, you want to have some coffee? But everybody that is in the school, I'll share my project with you guys if you guys are interested to know a little bit more about the you know, these little projects. I've already got one project that I think was Jim or somebody that mentioned in regards to the chicken. I'll mention that, what I feed them, why I do it this way, what kind of energy they require, everything. And I'll share the other project about the grounding. If this is something you want to actually attempt to do yourself, that would be great. Chat says not too much bone broth for CKD patients. For kidney disease, because of the potassium. It depends. It depends if it's the kidney disease is depends whether the filtration is being affected or not. That's the problem. The potassium, you're not gonna get as much potassium because the sodium and the glycine is gonna keep it quite balanced. Are you going to make yourself a coffee now? I think so. When is your school start and how do we sign up? It's already started about 2 weeks ago, but everybody that signs up, they will actually start from module 1 no matter what. And as you finish module 1, module 2 they will unlock. You finish module 2, module 3 will unlock. And every week when I do live, which is our first live is going to be this Wednesday, we'll pick a subject that everybody has questions on. We'll talk about it. But the idea, Bill, is not about just the modules. If you actually sign up to my school, it's the amount of information I share with everybody, because it became more, instead of being a school, it became more of a Q&A as well, where a lot of the students have been asking a lot of valuable questions, and a lot of them been asking specific questions about specific health topics. So I cannot ignore that. So I respond to everybody in regards to that point, and this way everyone can actually benefit from it. I will share the link on the website. What time on Wednesday is gonna be? What time do we have it booked at? Let me look at the calendar. So it's gonna be 7 a.m. Pacific time. My husband is very thin and needs to gain. Should I add occasional fruits or something in his diet? You gotta give him more protein. 1 gram per pound of body weight. Guys, I sent you the link for my school, and I'm gonna send you guys a link for my website. If you guys get a chance to seriously, you know, to try even the 7-day, see how you like it. But once you go in there, you're gonna notice you're gonna see all the information I share with everybody, because I do have a protocol library. You can ask me questions. Just make sure you do tag me on the questions. There's a lot of valuable information I cover in there. And I talk quite a bit about the clearance, about the nitric oxide, lipoprotein, heart disease, diabetes. Soon I'm gonna be talking about blood pressure. So there's a lot of valuable information on there that you're not gonna be disappointed. And you're gonna meet your classmates. The nice thing is we are all as a member where we can all kind of communicate with each other. Join school, minimal investment for education, you'll never get anywhere else. Incredible. Thank you for putting that out there. And that is true. You're not gonna get that information from anybody out there, because all that information I put in the school, it's all truth, facts, scientifically backed, everything. And yes, all the students are amazing. We all share like a good information. We help each other, and it is incredible actually. And I'm gonna cap it probably at 100 students, because I don't know if I can take care more than 100, but I'm gonna cap it at that. And I think because I spend about 2 to 3 hours to responding to everybody, and I'll continue doing that on a daily basis. and everybody puts their wins. You know, the wins are the most important things because I can see what changes has occurred and what we need to actually work on. And I do answer. Thank you for putting that out there. I do put a lot of information. I answer everybody based on their personal issues. So keep in mind, every time I answer a question, I have to know that person really well. I have to know their issue, what's going on, just so I can give the proper information. So it does take a lot of my time, but that is my time to give it to you guys for a fraction of a cost that you're never going to be able to get that information from any doctor or any influencer, and they're always going to be guessing. So the information I give is going to be straightforward, to the point, and is going to be quite valuable information. So what I've taken right now is niacin. I still take niacin so I can control my lipoprotein small a. And I always take niacin sometimes before I drink coffee. Coffee being a hot beverage, because it is warm, it actually enhances the effect of niacin in the body. So if anybody was kind of curious what I just took, that's what I took right now, is a niacin of 500 milligrams. When I take a blood test in France, they mentioned that my blood is thick. Is that a bad thing? Yeah, because your blood is what is coagulated. Technically, your blood should be uncoagulated, right? So coagulation of a blood, that means, I don't know what kind of diet you're on or how much you're consuming. That means your blood is becoming too thick, but sometimes could be the traveling. If you go from one place to another, that happens about 14 days temporary, but after that, it should actually go back to normal. So coagulation happens because from previous decades of diets that kind of you're consuming, let's say, high fat or protein with sugar, and you're causing a glycation effect in your body. But sometimes it could be AMF issue that is causing the coagulation. So always check the environment where you live. We currently have 62 SKOOL members. Register soon before he caps it at 100. Yes, it's coming up there. Like, we started with almost few people. Now we're almost up to 62, which is excellent. I think we can probably squeeze in 40 more members, and I will cap it at that. And keep in mind, guys, there's about 12 and 10. There's about 22. There's about 26 different modules on there. Niacin causes flushing sometimes. It does, yeah. That's the whole idea. The flush is what actually lowers your triglyceride, is what actually enhances your lipids. Is quark healthy or should be avoided? Quark? Quark. What is that? Is quark healthy? I gotta look that up. What do you mean by quark? Quark. Is it a mistyped word or something? I just gotta heat up my cup. My English not so good, sorry, I'll translate. Yeah, tell me what the word is. What is it supposed to mean? Or no worries about the English. I would be interested to know what the word is. Quark. Maybe give me like a small explanation what it means. See if I can understand. And guys, if you can get some likes on the video, maybe we can get some of the people that we lost. Maybe they can come back. Low fat quark milk. Low fat milk. Soft cheese. So the milk you're drinking is a low fat milk. So it is like almost like a skim milk you're talking about, probably low fat. I would not I would maintain everything being as whole as possible, because whenever they actually take a product and process it so it's lower fat, they have to actually compensate for the low fat with more sugar sometimes, or more lactase. So sometimes you have to actually add they have to add other ingredients. So I would actually try to kind of stick with whole fat as much as possible. That would be best. Sandra just joined. That's awesome. Good to hear that, Sandra. Thank you for joining. What is your nationality? You have an accent. I'm originally from Lebanon. I came to Canada back in '89, long time. In '89, and never lost the accent. I went back to Lebanon for a couple of years. I had my own gym there for about 3 years or so, then came back again. But you know, with the family, with the parents, we speak Arabic all the time, so I never really lost the accent. So I kept it. But anything you guys are buying from the store, whether it's cheese or anything you hear about, you know, removing the yolk or anything like that, you know, try to eat everything in whole. Never really cut it apart, or never, you know, temper with the food, because the moment you do that, you're gonna spike your insulin. And the moment you spike your insulin, especially if you're looking to lower your inflammation, or you're trying to lose weight, is gonna halt that weight loss for up to 72 hours just by messing around with the food. Sorry to ask, I never see anyone else in your house. Where is your family? I'll show you my family. Give me a sec. There's nobody in my house. It's just I'll show you my other family. I don't know if you've met them yet. Hold on, let me introduce you. There's Duke. Hey, Duke. He's my little big German Shepherd. And there's my other part of my family is down there. Oh, you guys can see them. They're inside. My little chickens. My little chickens. Look, we got the sun. This is the first day where the sun actually hits on the land. It's been hitting down on the bottom. Now it's hitting on the land. Finally. So give me a second. I'm just going to do my coffee. Then we'll come out and play with Duke and the chickens. Wait, Duke. I'm coming, bud. Can you also understand or speak Aramaic or Hebrew? Very similar dialects, but I don't understand it fully. I can maybe make up certain words. Because when you speak Arabic, you can actually speak almost about 17 different dialects. You can understand them, but the wordings could be a bit different. His family will grow with goats this year. Yes, 100%. I want to get one goat this year, if I get a chance. I just have to build. See, I'm debating because I have to finish the chicken coop, enlarge it, and I have to build my other section so I can have my gym in it. So if I have enough time to build a small section for the goat, then that's gonna be the plan. If not, it might be next season, but I definitely want it to be this season because I definitely want some raw milk. I haven't had raw milk for like 17 years. So it would be nice to have, actually. Cindy, place looks great. Hey Cindy, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Up east. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go see a farmer next week, and I'm gonna go see the goats. He has about 7 goats. I just gotta get an idea of how much of a space I need, and you know, in regards to the hay and everything else. And if it makes sense and I can actually get one to squeeze it in, I'll do it. The only thing is that I'm having a hard time. So every year I get invited to the I get invited to Vegas, I get invited to New York, I get invited to California, to a lot of the shows where they do carnivore and they do retreats in regards to public speaking about health. I got invited to all these, And the problem is I cannot go because of my chickens, and I cannot leave Duke alone. Would love to go meet would love to go meet the new people, and would love to go and actually do some talks on the shows that I've been invited to. It's just I have a responsibility here, and I can't leave it. I can't leave Duke by himself. He won't actually stay with anybody. Nobody will be able to take care of him. So, and I made a promise, when I come and live here, I'm gonna stick around with Duke for the whole time. So that's something I made a decision of that I'm not gonna actually back up from. Any name for the goat? How about Billy or Jenny? I haven't even named my chickens yet, so I'll have to come up with names for the goat. Well, I'll think about it. How tall are you and your weight? I'm about 5'8", 5'9", roughly. I weigh 150. If you would have met me 12 years ago, I was 200 pounds. That's when I had my issue back in 2015. And that's when I dropped everything and went full carnivore. So by March of this year, it'll be 12 years since I've gone full carnivore. Let's go enjoy the sun. It's out. Come, Duke, come. Hold on, let me put my shoes on. Maurice, enjoying the SKOOL very much. Question on nitric oxide. Beets, oxalates, so added lemon juice and the itch stopped. But would citrulline be better? It's not whether citrulline be better. Beets, if you're getting the 20% as we discussed as a nitrate, if you got 20% and you got 500 milligrams of nitrate, that would actually last about 6 to 8 hours in your body. Citrulline, after it's been activated, it activates for 6 seconds. Did you decide if you are going to Langford, BC for carnivore? No, because it's about a 7 to 8 hour drive to go there, and I think it's only like a chef where they're making like a 7-course meal, but it's not really, I don't know if it's like more of a full carnivore retreat or not, so it'll be tough for me to go and leave Duke alone here. How long does it take to cure SIBO by eating beef, eggs, some talo? Depends on the situation, depends how long it's been, it depends whether there's a structural damage or not. So it varies, Thomas. Sometimes it could be a couple of months, within a few weeks, you're gonna feel really good, but it could take a couple of months or a couple of years to actually heal based on the damages. What vitamin can a person take to deal with generalized anxiety disorder? Fat. If you consume fat, it makes your mind feel at ease and a lot more settled. But the problem is, if you want like something as a quick effect, you want to take L-theanine and magnesium, because L-theanine give you that relaxation mood, and it will actually get rid of the anxiety, the depression, and it actually prevents your brain from going at 100 miles an hour. Hey Duke, we'll go for a walk soon, come up. But yeah, and you gotta take like L-theanine at least every 4 hours, so you can actually settle the brain a bit and let it relax. Oh, there you go. There you go. They're shooting at the bear, or probably a coyote. Did you guys hear the shotgun? And there goes Duke. So across all the way in the end, about a kilometer down, there's a small road, and from that road there's another farmer. So there's a farmer across there. He has about 4 beef and cows, and he gets like coyotes and black bear. So I don't know if you guys can hear the shotguns or the rifle in the background. Do you eat pork? I haven't had pork for 12 years because unfortunately I don't have access to good pasture raised pork here in where I'm at. How often do you work out? I try to work out every single day based on my recovery. Last week I didn't work out at all because my recovery was not good, but I try to work out every day, whether chopping wood or lifting heavy weights or in my gym in the trailer. But it gets like really cold. But mostly every day if I could. But keep in mind, I do the bike every single day as well too. So I have a rogue bike there in the corner. I do that every single day, twice a day. So there's a lot of small exercises I do based on my recovery. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard the rifle shot or not. We got 2 shots gone. Duke, a lot of snow today. I wish I can set the phone here so you guys can see this view without dropping the phone. There we go. Maybe I should start doing my consultations and my lives outside soon, probably starting in 2 weeks or so. How often do you eat oysters? I haven't had oysters for like 7 years. I don't have access to them here. I only have access to to red meat, lamb, eggs, fish only when I go fishing. What are you recovering from? You don't mind me asking. I take magnesium bisglycinate each night. So let me show you guys one thing. So when it comes down to recovery, the only reason a lot of bodybuilders sometimes they end up having heart attacks. Let's put the steroids on the side and all these other things they do. What happened is they never really check their recovery. Your HRV plays a huge role in your health. So let's say you wake up one day and your HRV should be, let's say, assuming 60s or 80s. That's your, let's say that's your recovery zone. But let's say you wake up and you feel like, okay, you're gonna hit the gym today, you're gonna work out hard and so on, but yet you go to sleep and you wake up and when you're checking your recovery is only at 40. So if your recovery is only at 40, would you still put that much intense heavy lifting on your body to go to the gym and work out? No, because if you do, you're causing more harm than good to your body. And that becomes an issue. So it doesn't mean if your trainer tells you, no, you have to show up to the gym and you have to work out, but yet you didn't have a really good sleep, you check your recovery in the morning and your recovery is like super bad. So now you're putting stress on top of stress. So now instead of actually allowing your body to recover and feel good and take it as an easy day, now you're causing more harm to your system. So that's why we end up causing arterial defect, we end up causing stiffness in the arteries, and we end up causing sometimes mini strokes and mini heart attacks because we're not actually listening to the body. Recovery is as important, if not better, than training. So for example, when I woke up this morning, I've tested my HRV. So I have a small specific watch that I wear on my wrist every morning on my forearm. And I check every morning, what is my recovery? What is my HRV? If my HRV is good, then that's perfect. If my recovery is above 75, then I work out. If my recovery is below 75, I don't work out. So how can you increase your recovery to be 80? So I'm off by 5%. I will jump on a rogue bike. I will do a zone 2 of 20 minutes twice. Once after first meal, once after second meal, and that tends to increase your percentage of recovery by 7%. Now, I've just hit over the 80 percentile that I'm looking for. Now, if I still have the energy and the strength, I will actually work out. If I don't, I won't work out that day. I will skip the whole day and wait till tomorrow. So that's why last week I didn't work out at all for 7 days, because every day my recovery was not good. And it could be from stress, could be from overworking, could be from waking up in the middle of the night to take Duke outside, for example. So there's a lot of personal things that happens to us on a daily basis. So you always have to question these things. It's my username. I'm in Canada, Norway. Cheers. Nicholas, good to see you. Heart rate variability. Which device do you recommend? I have a device is called Morphis that I've been using. I've had this for 12 years. The new one they have a kind of wraps around your chest. I give it to all my patients that actually they want to work out, but they want to make sure their recovery is good, especially for individuals that have issues with their ejection fraction. HRV. HRV is heart rate variability. What device do you wear on your wrist? Is it called recovery bracelet? No, it's not recovery. It goes by the name of Morphis. It doesn't exist anymore. The one they have right now, the new version, you actually wear it around your chest. Let me send you guys the link on the website here. Give me 1 minute, because I'm gonna type it in because I have access on my computer right now. Let me put the link on YouTube. Then you guys can actually check it out. And that's the device. I've been using it for 11 years now. I'm drinking coffee with some MCT mixed with it. That's like my go-to. Morphis. You know, when you want the link, you can't freaking find it. What the hell? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Let me see. Oh, there we go. Copy link. There you go. I put it there. Thanks for the link when I get one. Yeah, that's I just sent you guys the link. That's the one that I have. So what you do, like mine is a forearm style, because this is the old version. The new version wears around your chest, so I press it, and what happens is it syncs with my phone, and it tells me my recovery after it checks everything for about 2 minutes. And based on that recovery, then I can predict how my day is gonna go. Am I gonna work out heavy? Am I gonna work out light? Am I gonna put too much stress on my heart? All that stuff. So that's why I use it. And this is very, very crucial for every person that trains hard, that works out, that need to know where they should be at, because we should not be guessing. Because if you're always going to be guessing, you're going to end up causing more harm than good to your body. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of gadgets out there, because sometimes we become so accustomed to them. But sometimes when it comes down to the heart and recovery, this is very, very crucial, because you guys know for a fact there's a lot of bodybuilders, they die at a very young age. It's not just because they do heavily steroids or growth hormones. As well, the recovery plays a massive role in that. Even if they're sick, even if they're not feeling good, they still push themselves to go to the gym. And if your body hasn't recovered fully and you're putting more stress on a stress system, what's the first thing you're gonna damage? Your redox. Once you damage your redox once or twice and 3 times, you know, and you keep doing it consistently, eventually your body's gonna break down. And the first thing that goes is your heart. I have a Fitbit Charge 6. It shows my HRV. Would you say Fitbit good for tracking HRV? It is good for HRV, but you want your recovery. So this one tracks your HRV and your recovery. The recovery that we need to know. But let me see the model you have. I wonder if it does have. So you have the Fitbit Charge 6. Fitbit Charge 6. Let me bring it up. I'm going to see if it does actually have a recovery rate. Versus Morphis for recovery. Let's see if it does have it or not. Because if it has it, you don't need to actually get the Morphis. But if it doesn't have it, pretty much you're never gonna know your recovery. Training recovery and training system first, tracker second, lifestyle tracker. It does have a recovery feature, it shows, for the Charger 6. Maybe see if it's active or not. It says here on the website that it does have it built in, but it doesn't give me an example. I don't use smartwatches. That will be perfect. Yes, 100%. And you only slap this on in the morning for 2 minutes, and you slap it on before you're training. And this way you can see how much you recovered, how much stress you put on your heart, everything. So it's not something that you have to wear the whole time, every day, all day and all night. You only wear it as soon as you wake up to check your recovery, and you wear it before your exercise, and that's it. It's not something that you have to be attached to the whole time for it to understand your body and everything. No, it's all based on the moment you wake up and on the exercise you put on your system. I'll put an article on that in the SKOOL, if you guys are interested in actually reading about it, about the Morphus and how actually it works and why I use it. I will have to check where on a Fitbit Charge 6 watch or application I can see the recovery part for HRV. Thank you, Maurice. Yeah, check it out. Let me know if you can find it. Damn, coffee makes you thirsty like crazy, and that's why I drink so much minerals. With the coffee, you have to. Please do. I looked at it, but HRV is still confusing. Yeah, I'm gonna write some information on it. Let me put a note here. For SKOOL, talk about Morphus for HRV and recovery in details. Explanation. How to use. Why you should use it. Who benefits. How it prevents heart and stroke prevention. I'll put all that information. I'll go quite a bit in details. The research has shown that his method simply doesn't provide accurate recovery data because it's subject to too many potential errors and lack of standardization. Please do. I looked at it. HRV still is confusing. HRV is confusing, but the whole idea is every person has a specific level of HRV. Yeah, coffee does dehydrate you, and you know, it's something I gave up. I stopped drinking coffee for about 2.5 to 3 years when I went full raw carnivore. And you know, the effect between being on a carnivore and having some coffee was there a dramatic effect after doing intensive blood work and intensive testing. The only thing that I've noticed is your magnesium, potassium, your phosphorus, and your calcium drops anywhere between 3 to 4% at max. So as long as you are recovering these mineralization, then the coffee does not affect as much. And as well, what I've noticed, it does tend to increase your triglyceride by 5 to 10 points, plus or minus. That's from coffee, from the fast of the coffee. Is it actually affects you in a different way? No, it doesn't. And it doesn't have any benefit to the heart like they claim. Less heart attacks, less liver cirrhosis, all that stuff is just bullshit so they can sell us more coffee. Now, the only reason I still enjoy it, it's not because the effect of the stimulation, it's more of the effect of I like, you know, a hot drink with a bitterness during the winter time. That's it. It's just a bad habit. And you know, would I say that being 1% of my diet? No, I think it's way less than a percentage. Should or should not? What was the question? If I drink coffee, I take salt after to rehydrate. Correct. Should not do it. I use lot salt. Energy concentration are so good. Take my salt in the morning. Of course, yeah, 100%. 100%. You have to actually rehydrate correctly. Usually, you shouldn't be drinking anything after coffee for about 15 to 45 minutes because actually it freezes your upper intestine, so you don't really absorb magnesium, but salt still actually passes through and you still get the benefit from it, 100%. My Fitbit gives a readiness score. Mine was 67 today. The Fitbit gives you an overnight HRV. Mine was at 16 today. Seems pretty awful. Yeah, that is quite low actually. Very, very low. I'll have to see what the Fitbit, how accurate it is. because it is quite low. Like my HRV today, because based on age, my HRV is usually between 40 and 55. That's like an optimal for my age, for my health. That's my HRV. So today, let's see what was my HRV today. My HRV today was 43. And my max of HRV was up to 78 milliseconds. So you can see the difference. Okay, my recovery was between 76, but my highest was 89%. So being at 89%, I'm gonna work out super hard. It doesn't really matter. Coffee is only vice. Some things in life need to be good. 100%. Thanks, full ma'am. I forgot that the Fitbit watch track HRV rate at night. I wouldn't. It was also during the day. So there's a lot of tools out there, guys, and you know, it depends what you want to use them for. What is your goal? But just gonna don't overuse them too much. Just gonna keep them as something as an additional to make sure you are on the right track. I was taking a pinch of pink salt and Celtic salt each, and my blood pressure went up too high, so I stopped and just carnivore electrolytes. Yeah, keep in mind, not everybody requires salt as much being on a carnivore diet. Some of us are more sensitive than others. And it depends on cuts of meat. Some cuts of meat, they might contain more sodium than others. So it doesn't mean that you have to actually do what I do, Bill. For example, you know, I might maybe satisfy my needs with 10 grams of salt. For you, you might satisfy your needs with 5 grams of salt. There is no fixed universal amount. It varies per person. Varies on the food you eat, varies on your movement, varies on your sleep, varies on a lot of things. So some people thrive amazing on carnivore with 0 salt, and some they require a little bit, and some they require a lot more. So it all depends on your movement, depends on your work, depends on the environment, depends on your sleep, depends on your stress levels, everything. Everything plays a picture. So some days you might use 0 salt, and some days you might overuse salt. So every day it varies. But always listen to the body and how you feel, because you might take salt and you feel great, and sometimes you might take salt and feel like shit, for example, right? So if that's the case, you're gonna know, okay, your body has enough, more than enough. But how much should I take each day of L-theanine, vitamins, and magnesium to deal with? Take magnesium bisglycinate, 200 milligrams, 1 tablet at night. So L-theanine, you have to take it every 4 hours, minimum 200 milligrams. So you can take 200 milligrams in the morning, and every 4 to 5 hours you can take a dose. Same with magnesium, 100 to about 200 milligrams per dose. The body is depleted. Whenever you have anxiety and depression and anything like that, the body is quite depleted. So 1 dose at night is not enough. You have to take multiple doses, but they have to be at least apart 4 hours, 5 hours apart, because you need to saturate your body with enough magnesium. Maurice, Maurice, thoughts on L-carnitine injection rather than the oral heart health injection? Well, anything almost injection is going to be better than oral, and you're going to get much more. It depends on the amount. So think about it this way. It's like you might take L-carnitine oral, and let's say 1,000 milligrams, and the absorption is going to be probably, I don't know, 5 to 18%, while injectable is going to be almost close to about 95 to 100%. A huge difference there. And that's why some people like to do enema, right? Because it passes your digestive system. So think of enema as well, very similar to IV injection. It's not going to be as accurate, but it's going to be a lot better than taken orally. Eventually, you know, when it comes down to supplements and all that, it shouldn't be really done orally. It should be done either enema or it should be done as IV, because that's the best way we can get the most out of it in our body. I wish you all good day, Maurice and Duke and the chickens. I look forward to be part of the school and learn more and more on health, so I can live to 95 years old. 95 is like a young age, you know. Remember when I said age is just a number? We can all, you know, live to 120, 200, 300. It's all in our mind. But yeah, you're welcome to the community, Sandra, and definitely glad to see you there. And hopefully, we can see more people joining the school. And it's gonna be an exciting and an amazing community because we're sharing a lot of valuable information that I'm not gonna share on YouTube or Substack or anywhere else. Because I want to dedicate my time. I want to dedicate my time to the school, and we're gonna aim for 100 plus being healthy, not just 95. Sandra, cheers. So yeah, when do you start your TB 500, Maurice? Be interesting to see your results. Studies show that decrease in heart scarring and damage after consuming TB 500. I'm gonna start next week. I've done TB 500 and BP 757 for 12 weeks before. Duke, I'm coming, but I'm gonna start next week. I'm gonna start next week, and I'm gonna see the difference. But I'm gonna start next week with TB 500, BP 157. Then I'm gonna jump onto MOTC and I'm gonna do the copper. So I'm gonna be doing all of them. I'm just the only reason I'm running behind right now, Ben, is I'm having a hard time finding the bacterioristic water. I used to buy a package of 25 bottles, and now the pharmacy here doesn't have any. They only sell a single one, and they've been out for three weeks now, 4 weeks. So I'm hoping I'm gonna go check on Monday, tomorrow, and hopefully they got some. Did you do any blood work for EF for imaging tests? I haven't. I have to go to the city to do that, Ben. And the problem is every time I'm in the city, for me to book an appointment is taking longer than the time I'm there. So I'm gonna book it from here, and when I'm in the city, I can get it done ASAP. It's just right now, because I've been living off grid, I don't have access to a lot of these tools, so I constantly have to travel back and forth to get them done. And I will be very, very honest. I've been extremely busy with the school, with the podcast that people have been asking me to record, and YouTube. So my time is kind of, I haven't been putting any personal time on myself. Like even on a Sunday, after I finish the live, I have to get ready for the YouTube videos and I have to get ready for the podcast on Monday and Tuesday morning. So a lot of my time has been gone to other things and I haven't been putting any effort on myself, which is I should. I think Duke needs a girlfriend. If I can find another German Shepherd, a working German Shepherd, yeah, 100%, I would get him one. Right, Duke? But right now I cannot afford another dog yet because I want to feed them only raw. And our meat here in Canada, the price has gone up dramatic, which is crazy. Maurice, what are your thoughts on bio-PQQ and angiogenesis, creating new mitochondria? New YouTubers say you can increase cancer chances, etc. No, you can't increase cancer chances. A few YouTubers saying increase cancer chances, etc. PQQ had no problems. They had to go up to 60 milligrams. There's no effect on cancer. There's no studies. There's nothing like that on cancer. Give me a second. Let me close the door. Wait, Duke. I'll come out in a sec. Bio-PQQ, and it is going to cause, biogenesis or arteriogenesis, especially if you're mixing it with nicotine. But there's no cancer risk at all. And I'll have to do some more reading, but I've done a lot of reading on bio-PQQ. There's two different forms. There's PQQ and there's bio-PQQ. I like the bio-PQQ. It comes directly from Japan, a lot higher grade and a lot more natural than being synthetic. But there's no history or anything that actually causes growth of certain cancer cells at all. And even the literature that it says out there, I've taken close to about between 40 to 100 milligrams of bio-PQQ because I was actually buying it directly as powder form. Did I feel good? Yeah, I've had a lot of energy, a lot of strength, but without any issues with anything else. But there's no proven fact that it actually causes any type of cancer growth or add to any cancer issues in human studies. Like I have to see these studies that these YouTubers are talking about. for me to actually understand if it is there or not. Hi Maurice, Kira and Sarah here. Thanks again for your help. Hey Kira, good to hear from you, and I'm glad everything is looking good on your end. I did send you an email. I've seen some responses this morning. I haven't really read any emails on Sundays, but I'll respond sometimes today. I tried nicotine patches, stopped then tried again, felt no effect whatsoever. You got me. If it does anything, I have no energy issues. PQQ, it is anti-cancer. That's the only reason, when I use it very heavily to see the effect. And, to me, when I took the PQQ and I did take coenzyme Q10 ubiquinol, the levels were, to be honest, amazing. Even thought I eat a lot of beef heart and liver that we get enough, let's say, coenzyme Q10. When I was actually taking the supplement, I was testing the company Canpriv. My energy was like high the whole time. It was incredible. And right now, when I do the TB 500 and the BPC 157, I'm gonna be actually retaking the coenzyme Q10 and PQQ for redox support and myochondrial support. So it's a possibility to actually have a good vessel creation, 100%. And the only reason it got me very interested in this, because 10 years ago, I had one of my patients, he had 90% arterial blockage, and he denied of doing a stent for 5 years. But keep in mind, he's a heavy smoker. 5 years later, he went back to check on his artery, and he ended up having the artery being blocked at 100%. But that's where the arterial genesis happened, and it was actually shown on his arteries that there was another artery came around the blockage and actually reattached. And that's where the issues start to kind of come from using nicotine as arterial genesis when it's mixed with peptides and mixed with PQQ, because all about, it's arterial reroute. And what happened is all about how can we heal the body, and if the body is actually being damaged on one spot, what molecules can we give the body to actually cause arterial genesis? And nicotine works, PQQ works, coenzyme Q10 in a ubiquinol form. So all of these will actually help, because at the end of the day, everything runs on energy. When you're talking, you're using energy. When you're exercising, you're using energy. When you're digesting, you're using energy. So if that energy is always there and your mitochondria is running at its optimal speed, then the body should actually be able to heal itself. Because on one side you have calcification, on the other side you have soft plaque. The body naturally will calcify the soft plaque no matter what. But once that calcification becomes 80-90%, the body will actually do its own arterial genesis. And if it has the right tools, it will get it done. So that's why we should not be worried too much of a CAC score, because the CAC score is like your body patching and healing your body. We're just hoping that the body is able to do, arterial genesis or biogenesis, so this way we can actually get another artery regrowth. And it is possible. It is possible, because I've seen it happen with a lot of individuals, and it is possible. And that's why I've been doing that combination where you have the MOT-C for your mitochondria support, you have the TB500, BPC 157 to support and reverse damage and actually prevent, let's say, scar tissue. Then you have your PQQ, where you're going to increase your PGC and you're going to increase the CREP activation. And you have the ubiquinol, which is this is directly on the heart side of it. I should do like a full video on it to kind of break it down in specific, but it's quite interesting how it works. But when it comes down to nicotine, you only need about 4 milligrams to get the process started. You'll find the one-on-one consultation with Maurice and Mason. I had my first one back in September. That's awesome. Thank you so much for putting that out there. Yes, I hope more people will actually realize that, and a lot more people. And because of you guys, I'm getting quite busy, which is nice to see. And this way I can. And the whole idea is, Liani, is for me to spend more time with you guys on the school. I can reduce the amount of sometimes consultation and actually spend with you guys more time. You are out here saving lives, Maurice. Thank you. When the students is ready, the teachers appear. Promoting your channel and school. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kira and Sarah. I really appreciate both of you guys, and I'm very thankful. And thanks so much for the support. Yes, if you guys get a chance to join the school, I do put a lot of valuable information. And Kira and Sarah, you missed out probably this morning. We're talking about one of my bioenergetic project that I've been working on. I might probably go ahead and share it in the school. So if you guys or anybody wants to kind of build it, and I think it'll be a great tool, a great project for both of you guys, for your patients and stuff. I'll talk a little bit more about it. It's going to be pretty amazing. I think I fixed my microphone issue, so I'll be able to talk in Wednesday during the live classroom. Liliana, that's awesome. Looking forward to it. I'll do the first 15 to 20 minutes presentation in regards to redox. Then from there, we'll do like a Q&A, and definitely we'll chat. Bioenergetic is our jam. Okay, that's good. I'll share. See this book here. I've been writing this book here for the past, like, say, 7 years. This is like my cheat book, and I've had it all on the computer, and I actually got it printed here locally at one of the company. It's all like a whole bunch of notes that I put together. It's about 780 pages, and yesterday I was flipping through it. I'm like, I haven't read my book for a long time, and I found out like my notes on my bioenergetic room that I wanted to create for my retreat. But I'll share that with you guys, and maybe if you guys build it or somebody builds it, we'll definitely check it out, because I'm gonna actually build it into a small section where it fits maybe 1 or 2 or 3 people, because there is to do quite a bit with all natural wood, and you have to use like some copper sheets quite a bit. So the whole idea is actually to make it as live as possible, and to actually get proper sunlight where you can actually re-energize your whole body. So it's very, very interesting. Very interesting. It took me a while to actually put it together, but I'll give you the schematics. If you're interested, I'll put it in the school as a private article. Hi, Maurice. I am a carnivore endurance athlete, and I still struggle with muscle cramps from time to time during intense, prolonged training, despite taking lots of salt. Any thoughts? What's going on here? You're not taking enough salt, probably. That's one thing, because salt is volume, and if you are endurance, you're losing a lot more than you're gaining. And keep in mind, being on a carnivore, your kidneys dumps a lot of sodium. So if you're not actually taking enough, you're not going to actually be able to continue causing that proper volume. But as well, your magnesium plays a huge role in this. I think, Tony, if you get a chance to join my school, I'll give you some exact protocol for you to follow, and I'll help you with it, no problem. But your magnesium plays a huge role. 10 grams is not enough. I'm not an endurance athlete, Tony, just to give you an idea. I'm not. I actually just work out here in the land, and I do a lot of, wood chopping, and a lot of training, a lot of consultations and everything. And I personally take 12 grams daily. So if you're telling me you're only taking grams, just to let you know, it might not be nearly enough. But it's not so much the sodium itself plays a huge role in this. It's your magnesium. And I guarantee your magnesium is below 6 milligrams per deciliter. I guarantee that. And if you are below that, that's why you're struggling with the cramping still. But that's one option. 12 grams of, we're talking about, that was 12 grams of sodium. Magnesium, I take 2, 4, 6, 8. I take 1200 milligrams of magnesium daily myself. So that's what I take on a daily basis. So 1200 milligrams of magnesium, 12 grams of salt. Potassium, I get it from food. Calcium, I get it from food. Are you using good quality salt? Not all salt contains minerals in quality. Yeah, that's a good question, Liliani, for sure. Hopefully Tony will see that message. This is my little Vancouver Island sea salt. So since the chat, I've probably taken 5 of these. These are like 1/4 teaspoon. Red mint sea salt is dry. It doesn't have magnesium sulfate in it, so you're not getting enough magnesium. Get something like this from my website, Tony. Add this to your water. This is gonna give you your magnesium. You're gonna get about 200 milligrams of magnesium per 20 drops. Three types of salts. Liliane, I think what I shared in the electrolyte drink, there's 3 types of salt that I use. So the red mint salt is quite dry and it doesn't have any moisture. So because of the moisture, you don't have the magnesium. Like say Baja or let's say Celtic has about 3 types of magnesium. Magnesium sulfate, magnesium chloride, and what else? Magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate. I can't remember the third one now. I have to check again. I use a mix of red mint and pink salt. Yeah, you still have to use Baja. You still have to use probably a little bit of Celtic. You need some moisture in there, and that moisture is your magnesium. If you're not able to use the moisture, there's my little view, guys. I don't know if you still can see the mountain. I don't know if you can see it all the way on the top. So once all these clouds are gone, would be awesome. But it snowed yesterday, so we got quite a bit of snow coming in. Hey, Duke, where's the ball? Let's go see what Duke is doing. So Kira and Sarah, this is a view that if I get my retreat done and I'll have it nice and warm, I hope I can get it done. This is a view that you guys will have. So I'm trying to actually, I want to put one up here and fix it up and put some trees in front, and we'll have that nice view. It'll be pretty awesome. Duke, where's the ball? What are you looking for? The ball is not there. Here, let me see. Back up. No, it's not there. Go find it. Let's go find it. I take magnesium threonate and taurate. Make sure you're taking about 200 milligrams every 4 hours. That's the only way we can saturate magnesium correctly. Jacobson salt, I'll have to look into that. Can't wait. Did you give Duke any salt? Oh, Duke gets salt in his water every day, and he gets salt in his food, and he gets magnesium, he gets taurine, and he gets glycine. And the chickens will get salt and magnesium every day. But keep in mind, this is like my drinking water. I have a creek that runs, so I drink directly from the creek, connected directly to my house, so I get a lot of minerals in the water. It's not filtered or anything like that. Hey chickens, you get me more eggs? You owe me 2 more eggs. Not yet? Okay, I'll wait. Here's my little chickens. They're nice and warm in there. On what platform is your podcast? I did find you on YouTube. I don't have my own podcast yet. There is 3 other carnivorous podcasters there. They are interviewing me for specific topics. I have one on Monday, one on Tuesday. I have one in March with Dr. Keltz as well. So it'll be on their podcast. I'll actually post it when I get the notification from them. Do you eat only meat and eggs? Yes, only meat and eggs. Meat, eggs. Once in a while, I might have cheese, not as much, but mostly meat, eggs, and fish. Only when I go fishing. It's just my kayak cracked from the winter, so I'll have to fix it in the summertime. And we'll go fishing in the kayak. I'll take Duke with me. Do you eat some carbs from time to time? I don't anymore. No, I haven't had carbs for a couple years now. The only carbs that I have a small tree, blueberries, and I get roughly about a cup, maybe half a cup every year in the month of July. That's the only carbs I eat. I'm going to recommend Dr. Oveda as he interviews you on his podcast. I'll look him up as well too, because I've been getting a lot of people been inviting me to come out. I want to do everything online. I'm not leaving this place. Like I was invited to go to New York for 5 days to do an interview there and actually talk about nitric oxide, but that's coming up next week. But I had to kind of decline it because I can't leave Duke by himself, and I can't really take him with me to fly in a plane yet because there's no hotel. It'll be tough for me to do stuff like that, so I've been only doing everything online. Duke! Let's see where he is. But I'll look up Dr. Oveda as well too, to see what he's all about. And usually if I'm gonna be doing a lot of the podcasts, I like to focus on two things, mostly heart disease or anything to do in regards to the carnivore part of it, eating, but there's other topics as well too that I can discuss. It's just, certain topics I do have a passion in regards because I've done a lot of research on as well too. Dr. Oveta is a heart surgeon, okay, that supports low-carb carnivore. Originally found him on Dr. Berry's. I consulted with Dr. Oveta last year. Okay, that's awesome. I live in Canada. Yeah, I'll look him up. I'll look him up to see where he does and everything in specific. I'll reach out to him. Where do you live in Canada? I live in BC. Duke! Why is he stuck there? I think maybe his ball is under the lumber. Let's go see. So I got all my lumber last year so I can actually start building, but I'm waiting for the snow to melt. What's going on? What are you looking for? What's in here? Move. Let me see. What? There's no ball in here. What are you looking at? The mouse? Okay, what are you digging? What are we looking for? Let me see. There's nothing here. What are you looking for? There's nothing. That's not where the ball is. Duke is having too much fun. What are you trying to get? Let me see, move. Okay, back up. I don't see a ball. You want a bone? You want a small bone? Yeah, come, let's go. He wants a bone. Show me where. Where's the bone? I'll give you one small piece, not a big one. Go, come. Okay. Let's go to the freezer. Okay, wait. Let me turn on the lights. Duke's nose disagrees with you. There's something hidden there. It's probably gotta be a mouse. He goes after a mouse and he hunts him down. Last year he caught like 4. This year hasn't caught any. Okay, wait, I'll get you a piece. We have to go back to the city for about 7-hour drive. I don't know when, maybe probably next month. So we can buy some more meat. Because we're down to about 50 pounds of meat. You want this one? Should we give him this? You want this? Smell it. You want this one? Okay, wait. Wait. Okay, come, go. So fun to watch Duke. Oh. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Out. We are just ordering half a cow here in Ontario. Okay, nice. Yeah, I found a company in Ontario to actually order directly from them, and they have now a new laws and regulation that they don't ship anymore. It's like you have to buy the meat from your own, like, and then the province you live in. So I have to actually drive to Calgary. I have a farmer that I know, and I'm gonna be buying about 200 pounds of meat from him, but it's gonna take me about 7-hour drive. Hi, can you speak about a mucus and how someone can remove it from the body? One of the best effective way for mucus is stop eating dairy. That would be the first thing. Another thing you can do for mucus is NAC. NAC would be your best bet, but it's not about adding more supplementation. It's about certain removal from your diets, because the root cause of a lot of the mucus is sometimes histamine, is sometimes gut irritation, electrolyte imbalance, sinus inflammation. So it could be a lot of things. Small 5th generation butcher, young guy. Oh, that's awesome. I wonder if he will actually ship to BC. I'd probably rather buy directly from him and support him. Go to Flickr and search. Written there, go my late GST dog. Hold on a second. Let me write this down. I'm gonna take a picture of that. Go to my Flickr. Let me take a picture so I can do that, because it doesn't let me save while I'm talking. I'm just gonna grab my phone here. Let's see. Okay, I took a picture of it. The dog paw. I'm gonna check it out. My late GST dog. German Shepherds are one of my favorite. Dargo was a little bigger than Duke. Nice. How long will it take Duke to consume that bone? I don't know if he's gonna consume it right now, but I'll probably take him about, he's gonna probably hide it first. It's probably gonna take him a good, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But he'll probably won't have it till he end up eating. Now he's gonna go find a place to hide it. I can see you, Duke. Yeah, if you don't mind, ask him and let me know, please. As a carnivore supplement with MSM is wrong? No, it's not wrong. If you're using MSM, it should be fine. But we do get quite a bit of sulfur intake when we are on a carnivore diet. But it depends what you're gonna utilize it for. But it's gonna help with your joints. But as well, here's a secret about MSM. It does help your, what do you call it? Your glycocalyx as well too. So it is actually a good way of using it. It's nothing wrong by using supplementation, especially if you're trying to actually fix certain things and trying to actually have a proper sulfur donor. So think of MSM as like a structure support more than anything. Can you get mail without driving to the city? Yes, I can drive to the closest town. That's where I pick up my mail. I usually go to town once a week at least.
And if you use MSM, and I know I was going to mention that the other day for Kira and Sarah, the MSM does help with the oxalates dumping quite a bit as well too. So maybe sometimes you can even add that. I got two of them, German Shepherd. Nice. Yeah, I would love to get another German. Look, he's hiding it there. I would love to get another German Shepherd. The only thing is, I like to feed them raw food all the time, and I would never feed them kibbles. And right now, it would be very, very tough for me to afford another one. Maybe next year, if things kind of settle better, then I would definitely get another one. Would be awesome. And it's just last March, I had a small incident. Little fraud happened, and I lost most of my, well, not most, all my savings. So it's almost like I'm starting from the scratch, and that's why. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully this year everything settled down better would be good. Cool. Have a glucosamine with MSM. Yeah. Glucosamine with MSM, 100% works. These are gonna be like your best sulfur intake. Duke, is that where you hiding it? Yeah, it was supposed to be some sort of investment stuff, and I almost went into like depression for like 3 weeks. It was brutal, but hey, made through. Let's show Maurice our love and appreciate for him. No doctor will take the time he takes to share his knowledge. Thank you, Liliani. I really appreciate you for that. Duke, hey, come and say thank you. Come here, here. Sit. You gonna sit or no? It's too cold for you. Oh, 100%. You know, 100%. God will always provide, no matter what. You know, we never have to think about it. Things happen for a reason, and things will actually get replaced for a reason. So, as long as we're always thankful or moving forward, that's what counts in life. It's all over, Maurice, dear. Please, very cautious. Any thoughts on methylene blue for mitochondria support? For methylene blue, you have to be careful. If your mitochondria is running at its optimal speed, if you take methylene blue, you can actually cause an adverse effect. So it's not whether you need it or not. Kira and Sarah, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for the support. Sorry to hear that, but I bet you get all back plus more from helping people. I do, and you know, to me is when I put my head on the pillow every day and I'm making sure that I've saved a life or helped a life. That's all I care for, seriously, and that's all we live for. You know, sometimes you have plans in life where you want to have to finish. I will, if things worked out in last March, I would end up having my 2 retreats done already. But unfortunately, it hit me in a different position. But it's fine. It's okay. Which exercise are good for heart health and how long? One of the best exercise for heart health is one of the simplest things that nobody think about. Wall sit, a 2-minute wall sit. If you ever need some, please let us know. Thank you, Dahlia. I appreciate you. You the bomb. Cheers. Thank you. Wall sit would be like your ultimate heart health because it causes sheer stress on the arteries. And when you actually come off from that seating position, it's going to flood the body with nitric oxide. And this is one of the best things you can do every 3 hours. Duke, I found where he hit the bone, he took it out. You gonna have it? Come and sit here on the carpet. Come. Oh, you're gonna eat it right now? Yeah, wall sit. Wall sit is gonna be your ultimate exercise for your heart. But you have to attempt a minimum of 2 minutes. Any type of isometric exercises. What is it? Okay, let me show you. Let me go inside and show you. Look, I'll be back. But anything you do as an isometric exercise, you cause what is called shear stress on the arteries. When you cause shear stress on the arteries, you're gonna flood your body with nitric oxide. But I can show you guys another tip too. before you do it, or if you're attempting to do few of them, you can take citrulline. So citrulline passes the specific pathway for the nitric oxide better than L-arginine, because when you hit over the age of 40, you can't really do arginine. So this is your wall sit. I'm gonna slide because I have my socks, but you have to kind of keep your back straight in this sitting position for 2 minutes. And what it causes is shear stress from your toes all the way up to your upper body. And that's the best way to actually cause your nitric oxide to be flushed. I did an ebook. It's called Heart Flow, and it has all these exercises for the heart. I'll share it with you guys on the SKOOL. So what I'm gonna do is on the SKOOL, I'll actually start sharing all my ebooks for free with you guys. I'm gonna put a note. So the whole idea with the SKOOL is, so you don't have to buy some of these ebooks that I have, and so that's the benefit of joining the SKOOL. So I'll put Heart Flow exercise ebook to be posted on the SKOOL. If I couldn't post it as a PDF to be downloaded, I'll actually make a module, and I'll actually input all that information in it. And we'll actually teach you guys. No, you don't go up and down. You just stay in that seating position for 2 minutes. I just can't do it right now because I have my socks on, so I'm constantly sliding. How do you wall sit? I should take my socks off. But this is a wall sit. You know, we used to do this back in the day when we were kids in the gym. So that's all you have to do. Just sit in this position for 2 minutes. So this is what is called the isometric exercise. So you cause what is called shear stress on the body, and that's how you can flood your body with more nitric oxide. So this is one of them. The other one would be, another isometric exercise would be like plank even. So I have a whole program on the heart, and what I'll do is I'll post it for you guys on the SKOOL. What exercise is good for blood circulation? Again, blood circulation has to do with everything about shear stress. Okay, because when you cause shear stress, you cause more nitric oxide dumping. More nitric oxide, you're gonna cause vasodilation to your arteries, and that actually will create proper blood flow. Now, certain individuals, if their pathway is not functioning correctly, then you can actually do it with taking nitrate supplement. And again, the nitrate supplement, there's only 2 companies that actually produce a nitrate supplement that they actually have a patent design. I've started citrulline 3 weeks ago, and I drink it at night time. Sometimes at night might cause a slight stimulation. And with the citrulline, you need to take minimum 6 grams a day. So 3 grams during the daytime, 3 grams in the evening, but not too late in the evening as well, because sometimes it could act as a stimulant and might not give you the full deep sleep that your body requires. So keep that in mind. Wall is probably good for your quads and hammies. Oh, 100%, 100%. Actually, it tightens them really good, and it's gonna increase your strength, which is really nice. But any type of isometric exercise is gonna help quite a bit. The whole idea is not to sit too idle for too long. Don't sit too idle for too long. As a human being, we were meant to move all the time. Never sit in one spot no more than, let's say, 45 minutes or an hour. Like even when I'm doing my consultation, for example, 2 days ago, I had like almost 7-hour consultation. In between each one, I get up and do a 2-minute wall sit. I have to. That's the only way I can make sure everything is moving correctly in the body. Doing wall sits and calf stretches while washing. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll share with you guys. Hopefully, I can put it on tonight. I'll share the whole program with the school, and you guys can actually use it. And it's quite good information. I am taking Berkeley nitric oxide. What else do I need to add to it? No, the Berkeley nitric oxide Dahlia is good. That's the one we talked about. That's going to be plenty enough if you take 2 capsules every day. Would be perfect for you, 100%. You don't need more than that. If you want to do the wall sit or the plank, this is just going to be an addition to strengthen your body and actually continue providing good vasodilation. No, I think the mountain is starting to show. I'm trying to actually delay my live with you guys so we can see the mountain. So there is a mountain starting to show up. Here's my little view. So hopefully the spot that I'm putting right here where I'm standing, I'm trying to find like some big glass doors so we can have that view. And I'm starting to like this view more in winter time than the summer time, it seems, just because the way it looks. So we can sit here for hours just looking at it. It's pretty awesome. And the nice thing is I'm covered, so you can't see the road across because I'm covered all the way. The nearest airport from Toronto, 7-hour drive. So when I invite you guys, whoever is gonna come down for a retreat down here, is gonna be about a 6.5-hour drive. So pick you guys up from the airport. You end up probably spending the night in the city. Then we drive the next day, unless if you're not tired, then we drive right away to this place up here. So it's about 6.5 hours. I'm trying to see if there's one in, Vancouver is like 12 hours away, 13-hour drive. So Calgary is the closest. I don't know if there's another place in BC that is closer, maybe 4 hours. I'll have to check. I eat 2 meals a day. 0 snacks, 18-hour fasting daily, never have hunger issue. That's awesome. Yeah, that's how it should be. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. 2 meals a day, enough protein, enough fast to keep you satiated for hours. Don't even think about snacking. Don't even thinking about anything else. Duke is enjoying his bone. Yeah, I'll have to check, Kira, to see if there's another closer airport than Calgary. But from Calgary to here is about a 7-hour drive. Please look up for Peach Farms message. I don't know if I can go back up. I didn't see any message come up. Usually I've been reading every message. Peach Farm. Is there another place on your website to support you besides SKOOL or video super chat? Peach Farms, if you go to my website, which is here, I'll give you the link. There's a link in there that says support Duke. I don't know if you see it. So usually it's better than the YouTube one because the YouTube tend to actually take like 30% or so, which is kind of crazy how much fees they take. So the link, Peach Farm, I will find it. Yeah, if you go to my main website, and if you browse down on my main website, there's one that says support Duke donation. But here's the link to my website there. I will find it. Thanks. Should breakfast be missed? It depends. It depends on your clearance. Because if you have a slow clearance, then you have to have breakfast and lunch and that's it. If you don't have a clearance issue, then it could be lunch and dinner. Meals means only a fat, grass-fed steak or burger. Some chickens a few days. Good beef is expensive. Yeah, I don't eat chicken. I don't eat chicken at all. And I haven't had chicken for 13, 14 years. First of all, it's very tough to find in Canada pasture-raised. Second, they're very highly hormonal growth in them because they grow in such a rapid level. And plus, they're not nutrient dense. You can actually eat a whole chicken and half hour after you're hungry if you don't add like good fats with it. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of chicken.
I would love to catch rabbits, but I don't know if you can hunt any rabbits here yet. I haven't come across any. Stay where you're at. There is no intelligence life from where we're at. Lol. Ah, yeah, no kidding. Supporting Duke means supporting you. The hate rice are grass. The header rice are grass fed. Yes, yeah. The header rice are grass fed. I just don't have access to them. Great channel and info. Awesome. Thank you so much. I cook liver and meat, so I can't have raw. Am I still getting the benefit? Yeah, you are getting the benefit. Raw does not mean that you're getting better benefit from it. Just you will actually get a little bit better water soluble vitamins and a little bit better denaturing of the protein. So it doesn't mean it's bad, it's still good being cooked. Raw, it just gives you a little bit live enzymes more available. That's all it is. Even if you end up eating the meat rare, so you cook the surface so you can prevent any parasitic or any contamination, the inside is going to stay nice and rare, right? I get organic pasture raised chicken, perfect. Skin and bone thighs only, that's awesome. Influencers say the hormones are cleared out before harvesting. Lies? No, it's not. You know, when we compare meat with almost multiple digestive system compared to a chicken, just a single system, it's a huge difference. I do eat liver supplement. Can't stand, can't stand the taste of liver. Come on, it's not that bad. You know what you should do? Take the liver, cut it into slices, and freeze the slices, and take like a couple of slices and swallow them like a supplement. Freeze them up, and that would be way better than buying the supplement. Answer: how to support you and what you need. If you go to my website, Dahlia, if you go to my website, you can find a link where it says support for Duke. How many glasses of water do you drink a day? Today, the only reason I've drank lots, because keep in mind, I don't drink water without salt or minerals in it. I don't drink water by itself. Just because I had so much coffee today. I had like 2 cups. I never usually drink 2 cups a day. What does it mean if LDL is high? How can it be lowered? Any point? LDL is high. It's given us a clue that you have a slow clearance. Join my school if you get a chance. Android. Well, unless you are in the school, I don't know. But you should join it, and I'll explain that a little bit more in specific. I make a yummy liver pate and freeze in small portions. Perfect. Yeah, pates are really, really delicious, actually. If you have the right ingredients, the peppers and all that, it comes out really nice. So supporting Duke is like supporting me as well, Delia. So the whole idea is to minimize supplementation as much as possible. So there you go. Duke has finished the whole bone. So that probably took like what, 15 minutes, maybe 12 minutes, and he finished the whole thing. That was pretty quick. Duke, was that good? I added only onion and salt and pepper. Perfect. Yeah, onions is still good. Onions still have some nice rich sulfur, which is amazing to have, and it's still gonna actually benefit the body. I got a quality grass-fed liver supplement, but do only half of their recommended amount. Vital proteins, beef liver. Well, that's not bad. That's pretty good. If the price is right and you do feel a difference, then 100% stick to it. The only thing is, I try to get as much good food as possible instead of being in a supplement form. So this way you can almost bypass the middleman, but sometimes it's tough in certain locations. Like here, when I get my liver right now, I get 10 kilograms of liver. It lasts me about a month and a half. Then after that, I have to drive again to the city 7 hours to order some. And I have 3 freezers. It's funny, I have 3 freezers. I fill them up with about 200 pounds of meat and liver and everything. And technically, they're supposed to last me like 90 days. They last me 60, 65 days, and I have to drive again. So sometimes it's tough. That's why I wanted to actually have my own here eventually. It'll be much easier. And it's funny, all the farmers that they're found in the location I'm at, they're all so cheap. They don't want to sell you like, you know, the whole half a cow or a cow. They want to sell you boxes because they make more money in selling you like advertised boxes where they put in a box like 1 roast and 10 pounds of ground beef and 1 or 2 steaks.
I just want to buy like a big amount. Don't sell me boxes, but they don't do anything like that. Like a butcher box, which is kind of crazy. Are you are you all using your blue blockers right now while watching? You can do the blue blockers, which is 100% you should for the eyes, but during the daytime is fine to actually activate our mitochondria, as long as in the evening you actually have the glasses on, or you can actually have a setting on your phone where you can turn it a little bit more into a tinted yellowish and eliminate the blue blocker. Butcher text back, would you want a whole side? Probably like depends on the shipping and stuff, because the shipping probably gonna end up costing me quite a bit, right? I just have to make sure it makes sense for him and it makes sense for me. But yeah, I'd buy a whole side. It depends on the shipping cost. Unless he wants to sell like specific things like more ground beef and organs, I'll buy ground beef and organs. I really appreciate your info. Oops. I really appreciate your information. While I have no known issues, do you recommend a full panel blood test to dial in improvements, or how do I start understanding deficiencies? It depends. It depends what you're looking for. Devine, KD Evan, maybe, or Devine. Hopefully, I'm saying it correctly. It depends what is your goal. There's sometimes no point of getting all these biomarkers without knowing your goal is. If your goal to be, what is our most important goal? Is the nutrient deficiency and heart more than anything, because these will tell us the big story about what's going on in the body. Because there's a lot of biomarkers out there that we spend money on and they're not actually related to our issues. I don't have access to good organs. I use grass-fed beef organ, specialized grass finished, undefeated, desiccated. That's really good. Yeah, sometimes we can stuff. Windows has a low blue options though. It will connect. Yeah. If you don't mind, Kira sending me his information, maybe I'll contact him or I'll send him an email. I'll speak with him and see what we can do. So this way, it makes sense for him and me, because I would love to buy like a whole cow or a half, and it depends on the shipping part of it. Hopefully it's not overly too high, because I know shipping sometimes sucks in Canada. All my beef comes from grass-run farms here in Texas. Yeah, Texas have some really good ranchers, which is really, really good. I have a couple of friends there that actually have good quality. That's awesome. Is there times you don't take any supplements in a year? Do you cycle? You don't need to cycle all supplements. The only ones you need to cycle if anything is gonna conflict with your hormones, or you're gonna conflict with causing certain stimulation. Certain supplements you should, certain supplements you don't need to, because some of these supplements are gonna be part of your lifestyle. It depends on your issue. So with my issue, I want to protect my heart. So the supplement I take for my heart, I take them every day for the past 12, 13 years, for example. So it all depends. And it depends what is your goal and what you're trying to fix. I get full New York roast and cut them myself, leaving the fat cap on. That's perfect. Yeah, 100%. There is a lot of different options out there. There's a lot of different options out there. It depends on the meat. And to be honest with you guys, meat is meat, right? Whether you eat a ribeye or you eat a ground beef or you eat any other cuts, meat is meat. You're still gonna get your protein. You're still gonna get your fat. You just make sure it's all about the quality. Quality over quantity, of course, right? And that's what you're gonna look for. You just wanna make sure you are being fully satisfied and satiated. Is it okay to eat meat and veggies? Yeah, you could eat meat and veggies if your body can tolerate it without having any issues or any issues such as oxalates, phytic acid. You kind of monitor your sleep, you monitor your brain function, everything. If nothing is conflicting, then some of these veggies could be good. So yeah, Devin, or I hope I'm saying it correctly, but yeah, if you want, maybe send me an email. I can tell you what type of blood work to get. Gives you like a little bit better of a breakdown to see how because the most important thing in the body is how your clearance works. Because if your clearance is not working, nothing is gonna work. Your body's not gonna take in vitamins, your system is gonna slow down, and you're gonna go on what's called like stagnation issue. Can you speak about high LDL? What measures should be taken to ensure no heart issues? So two things should be measured. Your ApoB, that's your most important, more than LDL itself. And the other one is, so the other one now, it depends whether you have been on a carnivore diet or you haven't been on a carnivore diet, or you're switching from one diet to another, would be to get your ApoC3. So ApoB, ApoC3 would be the only two tests that I will ever look in regards to heart disease, for example, as a first step. And once you get these testing, I can tell you why. Having had a heart issue, I do aspirin, NATO, D3, K2. We'll be doing a CAC test again. The DocPa, I gotta get your name. I gotta figure out your name. I'll check. But if you're gonna get a scan, get a CCTA scan instead of a CAC. CAC will only give you a calcium score, but it won't tell us how much soft plaque there is. All veggies low on oxalates. Veggies low on oxalates would be zucchini, lettuce, arugula, avocado is a fruit, olives is a fruit. So these would be possibly like your top with low oxalates. 4 years carnivore, my recent A1C is 6.9, peptide 66, fasting. Should I be concerned about the A1C increasing? Yes and no. But seriously, like I can't really give you an answer over here, just random, without me knowing your history, knowing exactly what you do, knowing exactly your cortisol level. So I would highly suggest either connect with me through SKOOL, or maybe book a time so we can talk about it and I can break it down. Because A1C 6.9, yeah, that is quite high. You're pushing it. Even though red blood cells tend to actually live much longer, you're just pushing it. And there's something going on. We got the sun, finally got sun here. I haven't had sun in this section for 3 months. Hi, having low HDL and high LDL, what does it mean? Low HDL, high LDL. It means nothing. I need more information. LDL, HDL means nothing. Get your ApoB checked. Get your A1C. Get your fasting glucose. All that stuff. CIMT scan. Less radiation. ApoB, ApoA, ApoB is high. Particle size issue is improving. You see all my tests in a couple of weeks. Sounds good. Looking forward to it. A1C 6.9. How possible? Well, that is quite high. That is almost like a well, it's like a full diabetic. I'm surprised it's that high being on a carnivore diet. Something is off. I think you're over consuming fats. I'm gonna go stand in the sun. I haven't had sun for 3 months. Give me a second, guys. Let me stand. Hopefully we can have good signal. This is the only spot that I get my sun. I need my vitamin D. Duke, come here, bud. Come and get some sun. Yes. Yeah, how possible? Yeah, gotta be something's going on. It's probably living on high cortisol level. I don't know how your previous diet was. I'm not sure what was your A1C prior to the carnivore. So there's a lot of questions unanswered. So I can't just kind of throw random answers without kind of knowing your history a bit. I try to eat early afternoon, but should I eat at 9 p.m. if I am hungry, or just sleep to lower LDL? I can't answer that, Tim, because what happened is I don't know your clearance. Like, I hate, I'm not trying to be, fair here, but I cannot give information without knowing everything what's going on inside your personal life, such as your eating habits, your clearance, your handling, all that stuff. You're just throwing numbers at me without knowing the other valuable information. That puts me in a lot of trouble for me to just kind of give you a random answer. So it's not whether eating late at 9 p.m. or not. It's all in regards to your handling and your clearance. So I think if you can gather all that information and book a time, we can actually go through it in details. Then whatever I give you, based on the information you share, and I'll be honest with you, is going to be a non-negotiable. So I don't want to waste your time or waste my time, but from the look of it, some of the stuff I'm going to tell you is going to be non-negotiable. I don't care what you do or how you do it, but you have to actually implement it, because having a high HbA1c and I don't know what the other issues are is going to be non-negotiable to get it fixed. I hope that helps, or at least it gives you some brief information, because as we have to eat based on our circadian, and it's not about adding more fat or adding more protein. If you're already living in a stressed body, you actually have to calm that stress first. You have to, that's what comes first. Your handling, your clearance, everything else comes second. And I know you already have a clearance issue from your HbA1c being that high. And on top of that, if you do have a high number LDL, that's even more of a handling issue. While a pinch of Himalayan salt lower your blood pressure some, or 33% of the time it will raise it. And the only reason it raises it in the beginning, because it's trying to stabilize your electrolyte, and it's gonna be off for a bit. Good morning, glad you're getting some sunshine. Yes, first sunshine of the year. See, you can see behind me, there's a lot of trees. If I actually can cut all the trees behind me, like drop them by 10 feet, I can probably get better sun even in here. But we got a lot of snow. Yesterday it snowed, so I don't know if you can see all the snow everywhere. It's beautiful. So the second, so my other retreat section, because I want to get to, is going to be there right on top of the water. I want to build one section between the 3 trees and have one little small cabin on top of there between the trees. That's my second one. It's going to be a lot of, but I think it'll be good. Duke, come and stand in the sun. Come. Did you finish the bone? Was it good? Yeah. How does that feel? Good? Yeah, I know. Did you find that ball or no? You lost it, didn't you? Do you know if doctors in the UK give enough information on blood tests which you need before we have a consultation? I'll tell you what to get for blood work, and you can tell your doctor, these are the blood work I want. The only reason sometimes they don't actually write them down because they don't know how to interpret them. Tell them, don't worry, just let me get these blood work and I have somebody who's going to interpret them for me. And if the doctor gives you a hard time, let me know. I'll tell you what to say. Hey, come. Come here. Come. Come here. How do you pronounce your last name? Daher. Daher. Hey. Hey, big boy. Do you want a girlfriend, Duke? Another German Shepherd? A working one? Look. Duke, over here. Hey, look. You want another one? You want a girlfriend? Yeah? Where's Bonnie? Is Bonnie here? He's looking for Bonnie, his neighbor dog. Where's Bonnie? Like, where is she? If you get a female, then you will soon have a family of 6 pups. Yeah, no kidding. That'll be too many. I won't be able to take care of them. I sent you a bye-bye message. Thank you, Delia. I appreciate you. I'll check it out soon. I can't look right now because I have my phone on. I'll check shortly. I only have about 10% left on my phone, guys, and I've been live for about 2 hours. So I'm gonna take probably like two more questions or three more questions, and I'll call it a day for Sunday. I am so excited at how much better I'm feeling with just our small changes. Thank you. I'm glad it's helping, and definitely continue keeping me up to date, Ali. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. If any changes, let me know. And I know we're gonna have another live class coming up this Wednesday, so it'll be a little bit more in details in regards to the modules, but we'll have some Q&A as well too at the end. Just gotta put my phone on the charger, it's almost dead. Now I have to play with Duke. Wait, Duke, let me take my shoes off. You come in for 2 minutes? Come. We even have sun inside. Come. Okay, I gotta plug my phone, it's almost dead. Okay, guys, if nobody has any more questions, I wish you guys a happy Sunday. And definitely, if you want to connect with me, if you get a chance to actually connect through SKOOL, would be great to see all of you guys there. Had a well-trained mom on loan. Dad was a police canine. Wow. Got to raise them. Mom stayed with my pup until was 6 months old. She was so helpful in training him. That's awesome. Yeah, you know, it's funny. Once you have, you know, dogs and canines, German Shepherds. When I was overseas, I had my first German Shepherd as well too. They are my favorite. A lot of work, a lot of training. Especially GSD, they are quite needy sometimes, but it changes your life. It changes how you look at things. So guys, I have to get going. Got still a lot of work to do on a Sunday. Was good answering you guys' questions as much as I could, and hopefully I can see you guys in school, and we'll go from there. Thank you for all your time. I'm new to your channel, loving it. Chrissy, thank you. I appreciate you. Audrey, a lot of fur. Oh, 100%. And they almost shed every single day, the German Shepherds, but twice a year they actually shed like massive. I have to vacuum like 3 times a day sometimes, but it's okay. Have a blessed day, Maurice. See you on Wednesday morning at school. Sounds good. Had a dog attached to my hip since I was 12. Hence my name, GSD Zero. Cheers to that. Yeah, it's funny, right? Like some, you know, when I got Duke, he was 4 weeks old, and he's been with me since that day. So it's been 4 years, and I'll continue. So it's an amazing way of living. It's different, and you're always in a good mood no matter what. They'll keep you happy. They'll keep you happy. So I'm gonna get going, guys. So in the meantime, you guys in school, we'll see you on Wednesday morning. And in the meantime, you guys have an amazing Sunday, and we'll touch base. Cheers.